This one right here. Hello, hello. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. I wonder how did this flip? It's so weird. Weird. All right. Hello, hello. Okay. A few people in. Get to my notes. A few people in the room. Welcome. Weekly live update here in Vegas. Sorry I'm late. We had a production, a shoot earlier. So we're a little bit late, a couple hours behind. We had a shoot for a client of ours. A new restaurant is opening here in Vegas on Fridays, their grand opening, and they asked us if we could come down, shoot some video, take some pictures, and that kind of stuff. So we're running a little late there, so I apologize for that. But it's a big week here in Vegas. The next couple of weeks are going to be just crazy. Trying to find my notes here. Let's see, where are they? All right, guys. So welcome to this is Knife Island Connection. If you're new, we are a weekly lifestyle television show all about Vegas. We air here in Vegas. We air on 3 different channels through Cox Cable. We're on 37, 14, and 379, all across Southern California. Various channels depending on the market that you're in or the county that you're in. We also air in Yuma, Arizona, Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands, and Guam with ABC and CW, and of course, across the entire state of Hawaii on 2 different channels, K5 and KHNL. So with Hawaiian News Now, so check your local listings. But here, what we're going to talk about is just an update to give you guys an idea of what's going on here in Vegas right now. So today is Wednesday, November 8th. Gosh, it's November 8th already, guys. And we're going to give you an update on what's going on tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, weather-wise, news, traffic, everything going on in Vegas so that you guys can have the best possible time if you're going to be in town this weekend. Really over the next couple of weeks, it's really changing right now pretty significantly. And then we've got less than 10 days away until, hello, Patricia. Just less than 10 days until F1, which is any YouTuber or content creator, social media, anybody in Vegas that does something like what I'm doing right now is going to be talking about Formula One. So I'm sure it's probably clogging a lot of feeds that are interested in Vegas because it's impacting the entire city. Thank goodness the Culinary Union, at least with Caesars Entertainment, have come to a tentative agreement, so there will not be a strike there. MGM, on the other hand, there's been no news on any agreement with the union, so there may actually be a strike going on during Formula One, which would be absolutely crazy because so many people are expected to be coming to town for that, and then you have the regular tourists coming in just to come to Vegas, not interested in Formula One, but just coming in. So hopefully that gets settled. And we can move on. All right, so let's talk about weather. The weather's changing pretty drastically. You can actually feel the cold wind coming in from the north. It's actually very, very chilling. And it's so Vegas because just 2 days ago, it was 86 degrees. Today's Wednesday. Yeah, Monday, it was 86 degrees and full sun. And today, we're just getting into the 60s, like low 60s with a cold wind coming in. We might see a couple of low 70s over the weekend, but with the wind, it's really going to depend on where you are in the valley. So we find that the strip is either hotter or colder than the surrounding part of the strip. So like I live in Henderson, so it's a little bit warmer by me than it is down on the strip, and that's because you get the wind going through that strip corridor, and it really just changes everything. So overnight, it's in the 40s already. But interestingly enough, overnight, you're still fine with like a long sleeve t-shirt and a light jacket because you're going to be moving around outside and you're going to be inside of the in and out of the properties. And in the properties, they're actually keeping it pretty warm. We just stayed at Caesar's Palace on Sunday, and it was actually hot where it was still cool. Hey, Lynn, welcome. It was actually hot inside of the casino where it was 50 degrees and windy outside. It was actually pretty cool, or cold out there. So let's get into it. So here's some news that's going on right now. Less than a week away from Formula One, and there are already street closures. Koval, which is a main bypass for the strip, is completely shut down because that's going to be part of the track, or there's going to be cars moving through there. It's completely shut down right now, which is causing a nightmare. We've actually, hey, Cliff. Oh, thank you. 3,200. 3,200 is big. That's enough. I remember when I won 3,200 playing Pai Gow at what was then Bally's a couple of years ago. It was really exciting, and but to win 50,000, I mean, well, you can imagine my surprise when they called my name. So thank you. It was pretty awesome. Already thinking about the next slot tournament, so I'll keep you guys posted if and when I decide to do another one. So the roads are already closed. You got it. Somebody got the costume. Somebody got, and that was going to be my costume anyway. It just coincidence that I happened to win the $50,000 while wearing that costume. That was pretty fun. Let's see. So there's construction. And you know what's interesting is they went through all of this repaving around the strip, Las Vegas Strip. The candy bar from Caddyshack. If you guys remember that classic scene when they had to clear out the pool and there was a candy bar laying at the bottom of the pool, but everybody thought it was poop floating in the pool. That was pretty funny. So interesting. So Las Vegas Boulevard, they completely shut down for repaving for Formula One. And I just noticed last weekend, because we stayed there, we stayed Sunday night and came back Monday. They only repaved one side. They only repaved Bill Murray. That was classic. They only repaved the side of the strip that's going to be used for F1. So the other side of the strip, I guess it would be the northbound direction going from Mandalay Bay towards the Strat, the northbound direction. They haven't even touched it. There's still potholes. It's all messed up. They only paved the other side that Formula One is going to be racing on, or the race is going to be on. So I wonder if after the race, are they going to redo? Are they going to finish repaving the strip? Or are they only going to just do that one side and leave it how it is? Interesting. I just noticed that this last weekend on Sunday. So let's see. There's some fun stuff going on already. Ethel M's Cactus Garden actually opened last week. And if you guys haven't been, I would highly recommend, if you're staying on the strip, if you have a car, or jumping in a Lyft, taxi, whatever, and taking a trip down to Ethel M's Cactus Garden. It's such a cool Christmas experience here in Vegas. They go all out with this Cactus Garden. Check out their website. I don't get paid by anybody. Nobody pays us to talk about anything on this YouTube channel. This is just stuff that we have done ourselves, and think that you guys, while you're visiting here in Vegas, or if you're Vegas local, might enjoy doing. We've done Ethel M's Cactus Garden. We've brought people with us when they were visiting us here in Vegas. We've taken them there, and everybody that's ever gone absolutely loves it. It's fast. You're only going to spend about 30 minutes. It's not timed. So you can stay there as long as you want, but it's a nice walkthrough, and it's something, again, totally different to do while you're here in Vegas. And you'll be surprised how quickly you forget about the Las Vegas Strip and when you're in somewhere like Ethel M's Cactus Garden. So let's see. And if you can believe it, and that's 100% sarcasm, Gordon Ramsay is opening yet another restaurant here in Vegas. I swear, between Bobby Flay, Buddy V, and Gordon Ramsay, they have restaurants. And then now Vanderpump is opening all over the strip too. It's like you go to the different properties, at least Caesar's properties, and it's all the same restaurants. So you got a Bobby Flay concept, Gordon Ramsay's, Vanderpump, Buddy V's, at least Buddy V, you have Link and Harrah's, and Venetian. He has a thing there. But you go to all the Caesars properties, and it seems like they all have the same restaurants in there. So why would you go from one to the other, at least for dining? Unless it's something like Caesar's Palace that has like Bacchanal and the Peter Luger Steakhouse and stuff. But they just have a lot of the same offerings now, which I think is weird. Let's see. Yeah, so the one that's going to be opening at Flamingo is going to be called the Bird Bar. So I wonder if they're taking the Bird Bar, because Bird Bar is that outside little patio thing out there by Flamingo or Margaritaville, where people like to sit out there. And yeah, that's like 10 now. There's so many of them. So I wonder if that's going to be, if they're taking over that spot. I'm not sure exactly where it's going at Flamingo. We were just there, I want to say a couple weeks ago, we walked through the entire property. Unless they put it where the buffet used to be, really not sure where they're going to fit another Gordon Ramsay restaurant there, because there's not really any empty spaces there other than the buffet and where they're putting the Cuban restaurant there right by the Link Promenade. So we'll see. We'll keep you guys updated. We're actually going to be down there next week for a few days. We're going Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We're going to be down there. So we'll take a look and see what they got going on and give you guys an update next week on Wednesday's update. Well, yeah, there's going to be a third Vanderpump at Flamingo. So, for me, I love the Flamingo. If you guys watch our channel, majority of our room tours and that kind of stuff, we stay at Flamingo. Hang on, I think my mailman is just here, and I think I got a package. Hang on. I'll be right back.
Okay, I just want to double check for here.
Oh,
before I
no
put it
worries.
back.
Thank you so much.
Of course, you guys have a good one.
You too. I did get a package. It's actually Carlo's new backpack. Oh, you met Piff? Yeah, we've seen him. We've seen him a couple times there at Flamingo. He's been there for a long time, which is great, because that's one of the longer running shows there at Flamingo, or really any other properties. Him and I want to say Tape Face has been around for a long time over at MGM Grand now. Donnie is still doing his thing over at Harrah's. Wayne Newton. Yeah, some of those guys have been around. Carrot Top, yeah, over at Luxor has been there for a long time. Yeah, it's great to have those staples because they do change up their show periodically, so you can see them more than once, and you might catch something different. So yeah, so there's going to be a Vanderpump opening at Blue Man Group. Thank you, Patricia. I appreciate that. We just give an update. There are other channels that go live up and down the strip every single day. I really not to, and this is not coming across negative. I don't mean to be, a Weisenheimer or anything. Our full-time job is the television show. So I wish, and I've said this many times to my wife, and she shoots me down all the time. If I lived on the strip, it would be so awesome to be able to just take you guys for a walk in the morning, go grab a cup of coffee, walk around, give you guys an update. We're just too far away for that kind of stuff, but we appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you. So there's a Vanderpump that's going to open up at in Flamingo, and I love Flamingo. We stay there all the time. If you guys watch our channel regularly, we stay at Flamingo a lot, and I don't know that Vanderpump concept that's at Paris and Caesar's Palace. I don't know that Flamingo is the crowd for Vanderpump. But I don't know. I just don't know. I'm very curious to see. Of course, I hope they succeed. I never want to see a business open up and fail on or off the strip, wherever it is. But I just don't feel like the Flamingo is the Vanderpump crowd. I don't know. I haven't really dug into that, but there are a lot of rumors with those older properties about that. So maybe set up your iPhone on infrared overnight while you go to bed and see what you might pick up while you're sleeping. That would be interesting. So let's see. So there's another restaurant off strip. It's called Mo Betta's. And Mo Betta's, This is going to be, I think, their 48th restaurant. They have not franchises. They're all corporate owned. They're in Texas. They're in Arizona. This is going to be their first Vegas or Nevada location, actually. They're all over Utah, Oklahoma. Oh, that's funny. 100% you should buy it. And they're opening their first location here. And this is like classic Hawaiian style barbecue. So your terry chicken, your beef, and really all of the service that goes along with it. That really is just on par with what you would find in an old neighborhood restaurant back in Hawaii. So they're going to be opening just this Friday, and that's going to be up on the north. It's Mo Bettahs, Mobettahs. So check them out if you guys are looking to do something different. Let's see. Old Red is coming right along. It seems like every time I go down there, they add at least another level, and it's only 4 levels, but it looks like they're actually working on some interior stuff. Now, that's on the corner of Flamingo and Las Vegas Boulevard, right there where the Grand Canal shops are, not Grand Canal, sorry, Grand Bazaar shops are out in front of Horseshoe. So that's just coming right along. Going to be really cool to see when that does open up. They should be open in the spring. They were shooting to be open now. Yep, down there by the Miracle Mile. They were shooting to be open now before F1 so they can capture some of those F1 dollars that are going to be spent here in Vegas, but they just couldn't do it. There's so much going on in Vegas. And there's so many businesses that are having issues with contractor supplies because there's so much construction happening. You know, people come to Vegas and they see the Strip. There's that new property going up where the old Hawaiian Marketplace was. Of course, all of the Formula One stuff that's going on. There's the Jubilee Tower that's now the Versailles, I believe. That's part of Paris. That's all going through a complete renovation. There's 2 hospitals being built. The Fontainebleau is being finished. I mean, there's so much construction going on. It's crazy. Thank you, Gail. Appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. So there's been a lot of delays with businesses. Did your taxes go up to pay for you for F1? So those dollars were allocated partially by the state. We haven't seen any increases, to answer your question directly. Haven't seen any increases in our day-to-day. But those dollars were pre-approved. A portion of it came from the state, and then the city of Las Vegas, the state of Nevada, city of Las Vegas, and then F1 contributed a portion themselves. What those exact percentages are, I'm not sure, but I know that the state paid the city of Las Vegas because they stand to benefit the most because the race is here in Vegas, and Formula One did contribute a portion themselves. So, I mean, they're anticipating like $3 billion in revenue just because of this race, the overall impact, $3 billion. So, there's so many locals that do not like that this is happening. And I get it because the traffic, I'm fortunate, and I have to say a disclaimer, we work from home. So we really don't have to deal with that nonsense unless we're going to the Strip for something. We're out here in Henderson doing our own thing, and that doesn't really impact our day-to-day. But there are a lot of people that are unhappy because they do live and work around the Strip or on the Strip, and it's having a tremendous impact. Yeah, they're not selling those $1 million packages there, Cliff. So they aren't dropping prices considerably. So I understand their frustration. I don't live it, and I thank God that I don't have to deal with it because I could not imagine how frustrating that would be. A friend of ours is here visiting, staying at MGM, and he said it took 45 minutes to go like 3 miles down there the other day in traffic, sitting in a taxi for like 45 minutes to go 3 miles in that area. That's just crazy. So, I mean, you have to understand that that's impacting tourists. Now, imagine you work on the Strip and that's impacting your day-to-day commute, just getting back and forth to work. So it's an absolute mess. So I get their frustration. The state I guess, is looking at it as $3 billion in revenue that's going to be coming in, and unfortunately, that's the nature of that beast. Las Vegas Boulevard, the Strip, is like the cash register of the state of Nevada, and the state will do anything they can to keep it ringing. So you have to really understand that. All of the development, the new hospitals that are being built, the new condos that are going up, the new apartments, all of that is because there's so much money coming into the state of Nevada through that Las Vegas Strip. So that's it. It's a double-edged sword, right? We want job security and keep the economy strong. That means that you have to cater to tourists and do things like Formula One. That's a big mess right now. And then Super Bowl next year. I've never lived in a city that hosted a Super Bowl before, but that's coming in February. And it's Super Bowl is more than just the day of Super Bowl. It's like a week long, or more of events that happen in and around the city that's hosting Super Bowl. So I'm really excited to see what that looks like. If you guys ever lived in a town in a city that hosted Super Bowl, please let me know. Comment, drop it in the comments, share your experience, all of it, because we have no idea. But we're excited for it. See what happens. All right, let's see. Oh, so exciting news from the Rio. Actually, this is actual positive news from the Rio. So you guys know that a new company, I believe, Dreamscape, has purchased the Rio, and they're already making modifications. The first major announcement is that their buffet that's never coming back. It hasn't been open in like 3 years or something like that, and there's just been nothing there. They're actually actively working right now on creating a food hall. So they're going to have a food hall there. So food hall is the new Vegas term for food court. Nobody has a food court anymore. They have food halls that look like what food courts used to look like, but upscale, or not upscale, but more elevated. Like you might find Bobby's Burgers in a food hall rather than Jack in the Box. So nothing wrong with Jack in the Box. Please don't take it that way. But you understand, like you have a Bobby Flay brand burger place in a food hall rather than a Jack in the Box. So they're trying to raise up, elevate it a little bit there. So Rio, that's happening right now at Rio. Hey Tracy, hey DG, congratulations DG. I saw you did a 2,000 subscriber live not too long ago, a few days ago it seems. Excalibur to Fremont took an hour and a half in September. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, that's nuts. So that's going on with the Rio right now, which is positive because the Rio used to be the place. Like I remember coming in to Vegas, staying on the Strip, and always going over there for that seafood buffet. They had the masquerade show on the ceiling. It was busy, just fun, and it's like it's a cemetery, really. So good to see that there's something positive happening there. Hopefully, they continue and really bring that place back to life. Let's see what else is going on. Oh, there's a new 3D light show. Yeah, Penn and Teller, that's it. Well, isn't one of the Jersey Shore guys, doesn't he do like was it Chippendales over there at the Rio? I believe that one of those Jersey Shore people does like Chippendales or something over there. I really don't know anything else going on at the Rio because it's just, we don't go there. Some people go there, so. But it's good to see that there's life being breathed back into it. So that's definitely a positive thing. Now in the Miracle Mile shops, you guys remember in the spring, they completed a complete renovation on the inside of the Miracle Mile shops there at Planet Hollywood. All the ceilings have changed, brand new lighting, new floors. There's even some new businesses in there. They did an amazing job. It's so bright. Chris, can you do the rewind? Sorry, gotta put on another video for you guys to watch. So they have a new light show over there. I don't know if you remember where it was like a waterfall thing they did over by Oceans. there in the Miracle Mile shop. They had like a water show that they would do, which was extremely dangerous because the water would splash and wet the floor all around. Where they're doing a 3D light show over on the other side there by Blondie's, in that whole area where Blondie's, Flights, and I believe the Sax Theater is there. Salsa Cantina is there. That little center. There's a gelato spot. They're doing a 3D light show there. Jersey meatballs. That's funny. I've never heard that one before, but yeah. So that's a new thing that they're doing there. If you're in the Miracle Mile shop, check it out. New Edition announced a residency at the Wynn. Their first show is going to be on February 28th, which is interesting because I thought they all broke up and didn't like each other and all that. So they're back together and they're going to be performing at the Wynn. So good for them. That's pretty cool. Culinary Union. Yep, they reached an agreement with Caesars Entertainment. So that's done. No strike there, but nothing from MGM yet. So is there going to be a strike by the MGM Culinary Union or the employees for the MGM side? We don't know. There's been nothing announced, but they're still working. They're still doing negotiations at the state fair in August. That's so sad. Belle Biv DeVoe is doing state fairs. They used to be so big back in the 90s, early 90s. Wow. Anyway, so Durango, they pushed back their opening date from November 20th to December 5th. So that's really interesting because I know they just hired like 1,500 people. It's a beautiful property, but they pushed back their opening date by 2 weeks from November 20th to December 5th. So right now, that's the new estimated open date for the new Durango property, which is absolutely beautiful. I've been up there. Really beautiful property. So they're going to be open on the 5th. The Fontainebleau is still slated to open on December 13th. And there's actually somebody here. I don't know if you guys don't follow him. I don't know that this guy even know I exist, but I do see some of his content on TikTok. His name is Vegas Pauly C. He's a New Yorker as well, Cliff. He's a New Yorker transplant living here in Vegas. He does property reviews and that kind of stuff. He does a lot of content on Vegas. He also does financials, which I don't get into. And by financials, I mean like what the resort properties revenues, how slot machines are doing versus table games, all of that kind of stuff, which I find interesting. But I don't dig into that stuff. That's not what our channel is about. But he has a lot of videos on his TikTok. Again, Vegas Pauly C. He's been doing a lot of TikToks inside of the Fontainebleau, and it's a beautiful property. They're slated to open on December 13th. If you guys follow Vegas Pauly C, tell him Ninth Island Connection sent you there. Like I said, I don't know him. I don't know that he knows I exist. Our little channel here because he's so massive, but he does really good content, and he's been doing a lot of stuff about the Fontainebleau, and they are still slated to open, like I said, December 13th. Boulevard Mall. I don't know. That's kind of like dying a slow death over there. It's not a lot of news on really anything that's going on there. So, like I said, we'll be down that side next week. So whatever we find. Tropicana ballpark. So I've mentioned this before. The ballpark is going to happen. Governor Lombardo has already, the state has already approved the funds, or at least the state's portion of the funds. That's been approved, and those dollars are there. And the governor said, whether it's the Oakland A's moving to Vegas or not, Vegas will have a Major League Baseball team. He's actively pursuing that as the governor of the state, and the state has already set the dollars aside. So yes, there will be a ballpark where Tropicana is right now. That thing is coming down, and it's going to be a big baseball complex. So if you've been over to T-Mobile Arena, they have the big park area outside, the Toshiba Plaza, and then it's the park area outside between Park MGM and New York. That's a similar concept for what's going to be going on over there where Tropicana is. We're closer to Las Vegas Boulevard and Tropicana. That whole corner is going to be a big plaza, entertainment, There's going to be restaurants, there's going to be retail, and the ballpark is going to sit further back off of the strip, but all right there. And the governor has already said all of the approvals have taken place. That is 100% going to happen. Now, any update on Oakland moving to Vegas? Nothing new. Nothing new, other than they hired an attorney or a firm. This is Oakland A's hired a firm to negotiate with contractors for building of this place over there at Tropicana. That's really the last update. They're trying to find a agent or an attorney firm to represent them in contract negotiations for all of, because they're going to have to demolish Tropicana. So who's going to pay for that? Who's going to do it? So Tropicana is going to come down, and then there's going to be a baseball team. Awesome, Cliff. So I recommend go early if this is your first time, because they do a big procession coming through New York, out into the plaza. They come around by what they call the Brooklyn Bridge out there that is on Las Vegas Boulevard outside of New York. They come all the way around. They're banging the drums. I've done a couple of videos here on my channel showing the drumming and all the cheerleaders coming through, and they do a big procession into T-Mobile Arena. It's pretty fun. And then you want to make sure you catch the night fight that happens before the hockey game starts. Yeah, it's fun. And that's one of those things where I always recommend to people, whether you're going to a game or not, whether you're a hockey person or not, just go down there and check it out. It doesn't cost anything. You're outside, you're in Vegas, you've got your beverage, you're watching just a cool procession, so much energy and excitement going to the hockey arena, to T-Mobile Arena there. It's just a fun Vegas thing. Like I said, even if you're not going to the hockey game or you don't care about hockey, it's just something cool to experience here in Vegas, and it's not going to cost you a penny. So, we're definitely worth checking it out. So, all right. So now we have to talk about a big winner. And no, it wasn't me this time. Mine happened last week. This one is much larger. So somebody was playing 777 slot machine. I don't know if you guys have heard this. At Excalibur, 777 slot machine. Now the 777, those are the older reels. Like they have the triple diamonds, they have 777s, the older reels over at Excalibur. And guess how much they won? Sebastian 50G. That's funny. This person won $12 million. $12 million playing 777 slot machine at Excalibur. I love that so much, because so many people, poo-poo Excalibur, like, oh, it's a dump, it stinks, it's old, whatever. I've always said that it's an older property. I love the casino there. You have lower table minimums, tons of slot machines. We've always had great service with beverages at the restaurants that we've eaten at. We've always had a great time at Excalibur. Yes, it is old. It is tacky with the castle theme that's so dated. But that's one of those tacky themes that once it goes away, it's gone forever, and you'll never see that in Vegas. I feel like all of the new properties are all going to look like Resorts World. They're all just going to look the same, which Resorts World is beautiful. But I love like the tacky Luxor. It's controversial because they're appropriating an entire culture over at Luxor, but it's so tacky. It's such a 90s thing. And somebody won $12 million. Yeah, I agree with you there, Cliff. $12 million playing a slot machine. That's crazy. Congratulations to that winner. If you happen to be watching this channel, congratulations. We love to see people win. I love to see things like this, because every month Vegas revenue is always beating last year the same month, excuse me. So it's always beating year over year that month. Vegas is always doing better, which is great, and so I'd love to see people win like that. If Vegas is making more money, people should be winning more as well. So good for that guy. All right, let's talk about some events this weekend. We've got Usher over at the Dolby Theater. That's at Park MGM. November 10th through 12th. Daniel Tosh is going to be over at the Mirage, the 10th and 11th. Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, hilarious. They're going to be over at Resorts World Las Vegas on the 10th. Rhythm and Brews Festival. It's a music beer festival combo is going to be happening up at Craig Ranch Park. That's up north Las Vegas on 11/11. You know, it's something nice to do, something different. Jump in a lift, head up north, do a beer and music festival outdoors while you're in Vegas and the weather is appropriate. And then head back to the Strip and finish your vacation. Kylie Minogue is going to be at the Voltaire. That's over at the Venetian on November 10th and 11th. I'm just reading my notes, guys. That's why I'm looking away here. Yachtly Crew is going to be over at the Palms on the 10th and 11th. Keith Urban is going to be at the Back Theater. Now, the Back to Theater, that used to be the Zappos Theater in the Miracle Mile shops. And that's actually a really great venue for music. I've seen plenty of shows there, all different types of shows. Gwen Stefani, Pitbull, just to name a couple. One Republic over there. It's a great venue for music over there. So don't worry about spending a whole lot for tickets. There's really not a bad seat in the house at that theater. Rod Stewart is still doing his thing. He's going to be over at Caesar's Palace on the 11th. Barry Manilow, that guy, how is he still alive and performing? I don't know, but he's doing his thing over at the Westgate on the 10th and 11th. I even saw a little promo for Barry Manilow, and he does like a little dancing up on stage. Really fun to watch. REO Speedwagon over at the Venetian on the 11th. You've got Carlos Santana over at House of Blues on November 10th. House of Blues, that's another place where there's not a bad seat in the house. Really great venue for music over there. And it's a fun time. And you're at Mandalay Bay, which is a fun casino. And if you go up in the shops in Mandalay Bay, there's great food options. It's a fun little area there. Let's see. So we got the Raiders and the Jets here. That's here, Chris, right? The Raiders and the Jets are going to be here in town on the 12th. So that's going to be fun. I haven't been to a Raiders game yet here at home. Maybe going to the Vikings game in December. Not sure about that just yet. But definitely looking forward to my first Raiders game. I have been to a football game, college football in Allegiant Stadium, but not an NFL game just yet. And Vegas Golden Knights, they're going to be here hosting the Sharks on the 10th. So it's going to be busy this weekend. And so please remember this if you're going to be in Vegas this weekend. So you've got the Raiders at home this weekend on the 12th. Then you've got Vegas Golden Knights at home. So both professional sports teams are playing at home. WNBA, their season is over. I know they're professional sports, but they're done for the season. Excuse me. So you've got that going on, and then you've got Keith Urban here. You've got REO Speedwagon. You've got Usher at Dolby Theater. Now, take all of that, all of these big shows happening here in Vegas. So all the people that are going to be in town for that, and then you already have all the Formula One construction that just on a Wednesday afternoon is causing major, major delays. So what can you expect when it comes to traffic here in Vegas? It's going to be incredibly busy this weekend. Expect to wait at the airport. Expect to wait for a car. If you're renting a car, that's fine, but you're still going to be in traffic. So it really doesn't matter your mode of transportation. Expect to be in heavy traffic. Even if you're walking, there are certain walkways that are already closing as they put canopies on them to block people from seeing Formula One for the 3 days of the race. So there's a lot going on. So sorry, I just hit my laptop again. I would say the biggest takeaway is be patient. Come to Vegas, have a blast, but expect to wait. So just be patient. Everybody's waiting with you. Nobody wants to be sitting in a car for 45 minutes trying to go 3 miles. It's not the driver's fault. It's not the car next to you. It's not the pedestrians. I mean, just be patient. Come to Vegas. Have a great time. Get off the Strip if you can. I always recommend the downtown area or the Arts District that's kind of between the Stratosphere and Fremont Street, that little corridor. Tons of great music, food, events. People are awesome. And it's actually really nice to be outside. Light jacket, you could be outside here in Vegas, just walking around, enjoying it. So All right. Great free show, Carnival Court Monday, Spandex Nation. Yep, yep. Leave extra time. I've been through it already in September. Awesome. You guys have any questions? I can stay on for a few minutes. Drink my water. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate you guys supporting our channel here, joining us on these lives. All right. Right. When is the next? I don't know yet. I don't know. So funny. We stayed at Caesars on Monday, just because I think they had like a low, like $20 rate or something like that. So we stayed there on Monday, not for anything special. Oh, we went to a luau at the Palms. That's right. We went to a luau at the Palms on Sunday night. So we figured we might as well stay on the strip close to the Palms so that we wouldn't have to drive back and forth. Never want to risk drinking and driving or anything like that. So we figured we might as well just stay down there. So we booked a room at Caesars and we gambled, of course, Sunday. And Monday morning, I went down to do a little bit of gambling before we checked out. And I saw a quick hit machine. Now, is my hand? Surprisingly, no, it's not. So I went, so that slot tournament there, Cliff, that's the first time that I ever played a quick hit machine. I never played a quick hit slot machine before. So I was walking through Caesars in the morning and I saw a quick hit machine with 4 games. I don't know if that's how they all are, but it was 4 of them. So I decided to play. I put $20 in the machine, put my $20 in. I played max bet, which is $5 per spin. And I was like, well, I'll take 4 chances and see what happens. So by the time I got to my last spin, I had $5.97 in. And I was like, well, this is the last one. So I pressed it. And on that very last spin, I got like a free spin bonus thing or reels, however they call it. And went all the way to the top and wound up winning $384. Now, no, it's not $3,000. It's not like a big jackpot, but I thought it was funny because I'd never played that machine before I won at Golden Nugget, and I decided to play it. And with $20, I walked away with $384 that I cashed out. Yes, yep. So the tournament was $800 for the initial buy-in that was everybody, $800 for the tournament, and then I did one rebuy. And I think I mentioned that in the video. I did one rebuy for $250 because my first score was junk. So my second score was so strong that other people there that do slot tournaments, like they just do slot tournaments all year long, they were like, oh, you have to do a rebuy. You should do at least one rebuy. So I did one rebuy for $250. That was the rebuy for the third chance. And then my third chance was a super strong score, and that's what pushed me over into first place. 158 contestants there, Cliff. 158 for that particular tournament. Which I don't know if that's a lot of people. I don't know if that's a small tournament. Because like I said, that's the first time I've ever done a slot tournament before. I never did that. It was pretty fun. And like I said, I'm definitely looking forward to my next one. So who knows? What if I just become like a professional slot tournament person? I completely like quit my job. My wife back there said, that's not happening. 4th of 417. Awesome. That's great. Yeah, no, that's a lot of fun. You heard her? They can hear you, Chris. She said that's not happening. She says she has witnesses now that heard her say it's not happening. That's funny. All right, guys. I'm going to jump off here. I got to take Carlos out, get some work done this afternoon for the TV show. But as always, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for supporting our channel. If you're not already, hit us up on social media. Oh, thank you, Cliff. Thank you. Hit us up on TikTok, on Instagram. We're Ninth Island Connection. Yeah. And let us know if you guys have questions, specific questions. I always recommend hit me up on Instagram. I manage our social media personally. We get a lot of comments on YouTube, so sometimes I miss, but I do my best to respond to as many comments as I can here on our YouTube channel. But like I said, we get so many across so many different videos that I do tend to miss them from time to time. I'm not ignoring anyone, so please don't think so. If you have a question, something specific, DM me on Instagram, Ninth Island Connection. I respond so much faster there because I see it immediately pop up. We get so many notifications for YouTube that I don't have notifications turned on in the YouTube app on my phone. But on Instagram, we don't get as much questions. So I do respond pretty quickly. Awesome. Thank you, Cliff. Appreciate it. All right, guys. You guys have a great rest of your week. If you're coming to Vegas, I hope you win big and have a great time. And we'll see you guys next time.